As promised, we got John and Danny here. John is actually the co-founder and CEO of Tech2U. And then under that whole umbrella, we have a variety of things to talk about. We're going to talk about Sircles today. Now, guys, I like to come up with nicknames for people. I was wondering, would you mind if I referred to you guys as the Sircles jerks?
Ooh. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Okay, so let's start, John, with, or Danny, I don't know who the hell's going to answer these questions. We got to start by reminding people. We just got an email from, I don't know if you heard while you were in the office, the green room, as we call it, from, I think her name was Veronica. She's a brand new listener, only 2.5 weeks. She has no idea what Sircles is, because if she hasn't been listening to this show, the likeliness that she's run into somebody at this point that knows what it is so low. So let's start with this Yelp-killing idea that you guys came up with and what Sircles is and what it will be.
Yeah. So thank you for having us again, Rob.
Always.
And for anybody who has not heard or been under a rock all this time, we're creating an app. It's designed to compete with Yelp, designed to destroy Yelp in the end. We've had some run-ins with them over the years, as any small business has. So we designed an app that's going to do things better. Yelp cares nothing about small businesses. They have negative reviews. It's all it's tons of toxicity, and we get a lot of fake reviews for Tech2U, a lot of stuff where we just know this just isn't even accurate. Sometimes competitors, so we're doing it a better way.
And also we've mentioned before, we've talked on this show, there's the shakedown aspect of being a business and dealing with Yelp.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other side of it. They extort businesses for money, and if you don't pay them, they end up filtering your 5-star reviews out. And we've had this happen to us over the years. We kind of go on and off paying them. Sometimes we'll go for a few months and we just can't take it anymore. They're filtering all our 5-star reviews out. We start paying them again. Guess what? All these 5-star reviews start appearing again.
And every business owner can relate to exactly what you're saying.
Like a mob.
It is. Yeah. It's just.
It's the technological mafia.
Yeah. I don't know how they get away with it. So we're creating Sircles, which is it's essentially Yelp meets Facebook for recommendations, but we're stripping out the negativity. We're transparent. We create an environment where it's promoting sharing and trust and friendships. There's no reviews. So because there's no reviews, there's nothing negative. You can't go in and slam a company. That's not what we're about. When you ask someone for a recommendation, a close friend of yours, you don't ask them about the places they hate. You say, hey, you have a good recommendation for a movie or a dentist or a restaurant, And I don't need to ask my friend, well, so is your car guy, is he 3 stars or is he 4 stars?
Right.
So we trust our friends, we trust our family. And so recommendations from people you trust are so much more valuable than the reviews you read online. And then, we don't have to deal with all the fake stuff that's out there, and people have an axe to grind. And so there's a lot of that we're avoiding all that by keeping it among your circle.
So there's no way on Sircles, I was alluding to this earlier, to do the thing that people do on Yelp constantly. You hear something about a business in Indiana who turned away, I'll use me as an example, an interracial couple. And that's the story that goes out there. Maybe it's not even true. And people all over the country start writing 1-star reviews about how horrible the restaurant is and destroy them. Oh, and then we find out 3 months later the whole story was a lie. That's impossible to do on Sircles.
Exactly. Yeah, I've read reviews on Yelp with it was too cold in there. 1 star. Like, come on.
There's the beginning of fake news.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So and if you try and call Yelp, good luck. I mean, they're not going to help you. If you say, hey, this is absolutely fake. This person wasn't even a customer. Here's their other business. They're competitive of ours. They'll ignore you. So we're turning it upside down, and Sircles so far has been just received so well. We have so much support from the community over the last couple of years. We launched our beta a year ago, as you know.
Now, for people that don't know.
A beta.
A beta. For those of you that
What's a beta?
had never heard of that term before. That's like a test version for the people that don't understand all your technological words.
Yeah.
It's a trial run, if you will, a sample of the app. Is that how you would describe it?
Exactly. Yeah. You don't want to throw out your first version into the wild before you hammer on it and really test it, because it's obviously going to have little bugs and things that is standard for any kind of software.
It's the same reason why lions and tigers eat their young. The first few times they want to.
Oh, exactly.
They figure out, I didn't give birth to a good. Perfect analogy, right? Yeah. So the beta's been out there for a year.
Yeah, for a year, and then we spent the last year taking all this feedback in, and it's been fantastic having. We have a few thousand people in there, thanks to your show, Rob, and all your support. It's been great having so many people using it, saying, hey, I don't understand what this is doing. This is confusing, or what is it? So we spent the last year refining everything, working out the kinks, working out the bugs, and then making it simple process. We simplified some things, realized, these features here, these are a little half-baked. Let's take a couple of these out. We'll bring them back when they're ready, but let's focus on the core functions and get the app out now it's very close to ready.
In an ironic twist, this is one of the very, very, very few positive things that kind of came out of the whole COVID thing, in that the shutdown of the country, meaning nobody's going out, kind of gave you guys a chance to just dive headlong into this and make a bunch of, because the new beta is night and day.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. And that was kind of a silver lining, like a bit of a happy accident that everything got shut down. No one's favoriting restaurants or going out and exploring their community.
Get your hair cut. Nope.
Yeah. So
the only thing
No
Sircles
pedicures.
was helpful for during that time were the TV and movie reviews.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so that was great. So we spent a lot of time working on that area. So where Yelp doesn't have any kind of additional stuff besides businesses, we can share movies and books, and we're going to get into podcasts and music and sharing, all kinds, anything you would share with someone.
Oh, I like that.
So once this thing is fully out there, once Sircles is out there, people can, I'll use this example because it's topical this week. They can follow Dawn. And anybody can follow Dawn, right?
Oh yeah.
That's how this whole thing works. And because there's no negativity, there's no reason why Dawn would ever unfavor or unallow them, because there's none of that back and forth. Okay, so
that I really do
right,
like.
you don't have to worry about it,
because like on my Instagram page, which I want to be happy. The minute somebody isn't, it's like, bye.
Yeah, you're gone.
Or, I'm not going to deal with that.
We don't have to deal with any of that.
Yeah.
So somebody's following Dawn, and Dawn, and this is true of a lot of us, right? We've come late to the party in 2020 with watching various shows or TVs because we've had all this time.
Mm-hmm.
And Dawn's ahead of me because I've been told by a ton of people to watch this show. She finally just got on Yellowstone.
Oh my God, I'm so obsessed.
And I saw that recommendation.
Oh, it is so.
I'm looking forward to trying it.
It's been out for 2 years, I think.
At least.
And I remember somebody wrote the show, and I was like, oh yeah, I've heard about it. And throughout 2 years, I have had so many people say to me, watch this, and I don't know why. I ran out of things. So I was
Right.
Like, oh,
Yeah. Exactly.
There was Yellowstone, and while I've been here working, I just put it on, and you can binge watch it. I mean, honestly, within 2 days, it's that good.
This is the Kevin Costner show.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, Dawn, she wrote a review on radradio.com. We haven't even had a chance to mention it on the air, but if somebody's following Dawn, they're going to know right away because she's going to favorite it on her app, and then what? Everybody's going to get a notification that Dawn loves it?
So anybody that follows Dawn or anybody else, they can see those favorites publicly instantly. So as soon as I like a place, whether it's a business or a movie, I favorite it. Anybody following me can go to my profile and see what I favorited just within any category. And we also have a discover feed, as we call it. So you can kind of just scroll through and see, oh, hey, Rob is watching this, or he just checked into that. And
so it works both ways. In that Dawn will just tell everybody, and you'll see, oh, she likes it. Or now that we've mentioned it, a week later, if somebody's like, what was that show that Dawn liked? They can just go to Dawn on Sircles and go, oh, there it is, Yellowstone.
Yep.
But I do like that feature where the discover, because that's almost like everyone.
Right. Yep.
That you're friends with, or
everybody you're following.
Everyone follow. Yeah, so you can see what's happening. But I do like if you want to get specific.
Yes.
Like if I'm like, oh, Rob's wife Christina, what has she been doing lately? Because sometimes we like the same things, and I could go through her feed and see what's been happening.
Right.
Yeah, so I like that.
Now, the name of the whole app, Sircles, it's Sircles with an S, and there's this whole idea of you create your circle and there's people that are following you. They're all, and then there's your circle of trust, and what is all that about?
Yeah. So your circle of trust is essentially your top friends, kind of like MySpace, depending on how old you are. You might remember that.
Google that.
Oh my. Yeah. So you get to pick your circle of trust.
Is it limited? Like, do I max out at?
Right now it's 10. But we have plans for maybe making it.
It's 8 right now.
I might have to kick you. John, you're teetering. I might have to kick you out, buddy.
You didn't even allow me in your circle of trust still. My husband, Brandon, I don't even know who else we know that you went ahead and accepted except me. And I've got you in my circle of trust. I'm going to kick you out. Gosh dang it. I've known him a million years, and he's doing it on purpose.
As close as we get to negativity.
Right, yeah.
This is
the unintentional drama.
Garbage. Look at how giddy he gets.
This is the only reason I brought it up. So, but everybody that's following you is part of your circle, and vice versa.
Yeah, exactly. And then, and we did a couple unique things. So, when two people follow each other, they become friends. And so we're promoting the friendship. You know how a lot of people on Instagram, they're kind of playing this game of like, well, I have this many more followers, and I'm only following this many, and they're trying to keep that ratio tight, and I see people stress about that.
I know, it's so silly.
And so we're kind of flipping it. We still have the followers and the following, but we're emphasizing the friendship. So two people follow each other, they become friends. There's notifications. You get a little cheers, like
I like that
emoji in the
Now I want to
notifications.
drink every time I see that.
Yeah.
and there are ways to communicate directly with your friends as well.
Oh yeah. In fact, so some of the really great features we added, back to what Don was saying, you can now go to anybody's profile, and you can scroll right from their profile and see the activity just directly related to them, which is really cool. So you can kind of explore through and be like, oh, I don't even really know this person, but they like the same stuff as me, and you get new ideas of different places around town and different entertainment. So we added that feature, and then what was the question again about
You can privately message people.
Yeah. That was another feature we just added, the ability to share stuff, and it goes right into the messages. So now it's very engaging. You get a share of let's say a movie. The Social Dilemma is a really good one that's being thrown a lot through Sircles.
I had a bet with myself how long it would take you to mention the Social Dilemma, because you are obsessed with this show. And Brandon mentioned it on this show a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, it is very timely, and it definitely speaks to exactly what we're dealing with right now today and why we're doing this. It's a great program, and it's being shared a ton in Sircles. So it just shows how how well the audience is responding to it, and the great aspect of being able to share something in your messages and then be able to engage with it. That's a new feature we added recently.
So at this point now, there's two main questions from people that are listening, and we'll try to deal with them simultaneously as best we can. One is, well, how the hell do I get this thing? And the other is, wait a minute, I do remember when you guys were on before, and I was disappointed at that time because I wanted to get in on this. This sounds like a great idea. I want to reap some of the benefits of this great idea, but I don't have what they call Rob money, and so we're going to get to that. But we got a few emails here from people that like we're already in. Like Jessica's just sent in an email, said, when I try to launch my Sircles app, it says my beta has expired. Is there a way to fix this? So this is that small group, these thousands of people, mostly rad listeners that we have, and she's like, it's expired.
Yeah, we sent a new link out last night to everybody whose phone number we have. If we don't already have it, just send an email to social@sircles.com, and we'll ask for your phone number, and then we'll send another link out.
And is that the same? We got Brianna says, I used to have the beta app, but I had to reset my phone and lost the app. How do I get it back? Same thing?
Yep, same thing.
All right. So what about anyone else that's listening right now that wasn't in on this when we started this a year ago? How are they going to be able to be part of getting just the app?
Well, part of the announcement we were going to make today is we are going to open up the beta to more users. We're actually, and back to what you said earlier about the how can I get in on this? We had a lot of debate about after our Kickstarter. A lot of people were saying, "Hey, can I throw in some money? How about $500? How about $1,000?" And at that time we were only obviously doing bigger investors, but we thought about it a lot. We talked about it a lot, and it just seems so obvious. We were offered this crowdfunding campaign that we had never heard of called WeFunder. It's kind of a newer thing. It's like Kickstarter, but you actually can invest dollars from small investors for a startup company like ours. And so the difference between obviously this and Kickstarter is you actually own a piece of the company. So we thought about it, it makes so much sense. It's very on brand we're a crowd-based kind of a platform. We want to have our users be able to participate. We want to be able to open this up to the community and have everyone share in the success of this. So we launched this. We spent the last couple months putting together a really good campaign with a lot of great information on it. It's called WeFunder. Again, WeFunder.com is where you'd find that. And anybody who donates, I think you can get in for as low as $250.
Nice.
Yeah, so anybody who donates to that, we're going to give them access to the beta, and they'll be able to see everything that we all see, and they can follow all of us and follow anybody else that they know that's in the app and share. Can't invite friends yet. We're going to wait until we come out of the beta before we're going to open it all the way up publicly. But that's something we're planning to do at least no later than January.
Nice.
Probably earlier than that.
Wow.
We'd like to go this year. So the good thing about being here today and opening this up to everybody is we're going to have thousands of people back in the app, hammering on it, showing any kind of weaknesses or anything that's not working properly, be able to iron those out. And I think we can get this right in the App Store here just in the next couple months.
So for all those people that emailed and then called, and then after you guys were here, who said, I want to be part of the business side of this, but I don't have $5,000-$10,000. You're saying for as little as $250, they can now be part of whatever Sircles becomes. If they're sitting there thinking this is going to be a Yelp killer and I can do math, this is how they can do it now.
Right, and it's an investment, not a donation.
And you gave the WeFunder address, but do we have it linked at Rad Radio as well?
It's on the homepage.
It's already up and running?
Yes, we do, and I put it up on our Facebook page and Instagram as well.
So you can just click over and it goes right to the Sircles area.
Right to the wefunder.com/Sircles.
And then there, all the boring stuff can be read about what exactly you're doing.
Well, hey, there's actually a really, really cool video starring me.
Oh, hey.
Jason Calacanis.
I knew it. Here's another one. How long until Calacanis comes up? It's one of John's favorite stories.
Yeah, we've actually been working with some members of his team. They connected us to some people that work at Amazon who actually qualified us for a $100,000 AWS credit, which is really helpful because it's expensive to have your app running on their servers.
Yeah, they don't do that for just anybody. So this is a really great
Now,
Oh my
vote of
gosh,
confidence.
you guys.
Again, we should back up for people who don't know. Who is this Calacanis guy?
He
Why
was
does
an early
matter?
investor in Uber, Robinhood, and Calm.
Those are three fairly decent products.
all
He's got an
right.
eye for startup.
He's kind of a legend in Silicon Valley.
So, is your WeFunder that you're just now starting? Is it $0? Like, there's no one that's invested until right now?
No, actually, no. We have it in private mode up until this morning, as a matter of fact. So this is kind of our public debut. But in private mode, we actually had a ton of people come in. I think we're all the way up to $80,000. And
Wow.
In fact, our lead investor Jordan, who would love to come on the show and talk about this, he came in for another big number recently. And then I want to thank you, Rob, for coming in with additional money. That was a fantastic investment you made, and really great vote of confidence. We appreciate that. So, no, we're off to a good start already.
I think it's important, since we're partners in this, that literally I'll put my money where my mouth is, and hopefully things like that, particularly with the maggots, makes them go, oh, well, if Rob's putting his own money in. And do they see that when they go? Because I know there was when they go to WeFunder, they'll see, oh, Rob.
Yeah, it's public. It's right there on the homepage.
Cool. So you can link over from radradio.com and get more information about that as well. We're getting some questions and stuff as we roll in here. You can you can call us at 888-989-9811. I think that's our number. It's only been the same for 10 years.
You got it.
Craig says, I went looking for the app this summer. I never found it. I have a true hatred towards Yelp. How can I get the beta version?
All right. Well, we can relate. You want to?
Yeah, he's probably looking in the App Store. If you go into the App Store right now and search for Sircles, you're not going to find it because we're running it through Test Flight for the iPhone, and we're sending out an APK file for Android. So we need your phone number right now. The minimum, one of the things on our WeFunder campaign is that one of the investments actually gets you access to the newest version.
So right now, the way he gets it is $250 in WeFunder.
Unless we already have your name and number on file somewhere. And
But we would reach out.
what we're going to do, just to be clear, once you make an investment through WeFunder, we get your email address, and we're going to send out an email with those links.
Now, let's say Joe Blow says, well, this is great, and $250, I'll do that, because who knows what that could turn into, and he gets the beta. And now he's on Sircles. Well, how does he tell his friends, or how does he get people? Because that's the whole point of what we're trying to do. Because now do all of his friends have to invest $250?
Well, no, but they should. But, no, they don't have to. And that's the idea why we want to get it in the App Store as soon as we can, so everyone can start inviting people, because we've been getting this request constantly. Is how do I bring my friends in, which is great. So we're right there. We're right there, and I think. And I know you guys have seen it, which I love the fact that we're all using it. We've been in our circles using it, so I can't wait for the audience to start using it. And if we can get this in the App Store here in the next few weeks to by January at the latest,
Oh my gosh.
it'll be available for the whole world.
Great.
And when the minute, what was this clown's name? Craig. let's say he goes to WeFunder, he invests $250 or more, and he gets the beta. The minute he gets it, he can right away start following all of us.
Oh yeah, right away.
He's right away. He doesn't have to do anything else for
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So he's already got friends. He's got his friends in here, and then we'll keep growing from there.
And then as they what do they do as they find things that they don't understand, they don't like? Because that there was a lot of that, as you were saying a year ago. Now you've got this thing pretty well dialed, but still there's going to be stuff where like, is there a way to directly communicate with you guys?
Yeah, you can actually respond to the text messages we send out, and we do see those on the back end. Or you can email social@circles.com.
That. God, I would have been sending you guys so many clown face texts back.
Lord.
Oh, God. This email is from Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
Says, I live in Texas, and I am part of the beta. I've tried to invite friends that live around me and have been unable to through the app.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're racing to this finish line. When we get into the app store, that's when we'll open it up. So
That does bring up a very cool aspect, though, that we didn't allude to: traveling. So when this is one thing, right? When you land somewhere, maybe for the first time, we'll use this example. A lot of people know Dawn and her husband commuted back and forth from Texas for 4 or 5 years. My wife's from Texas. Somebody goes and visits Texas for the first time for whatever reason. Like, I don't know where to go. You go to Dawn's page, you go to my page, and there's going to be a ton of stuff that we've put in there from being in Texas.
exactly, yeah.
And same thing, Napa, Hawaii. You're a big Hawaii guy. You know, if you're going to Hawaii, you want stuff to do. You think Brandon or I the source, John's the source. But all of us will be sharing various things. So there's no matter where you travel, you'll be able to get recommendations from all your friends.
Yeah, and it just grows, and you're making a good point. So I want to give a little bit of homework to everyone. And in the early stages, since we're such a small group, the best thing anyone can do now is go around and favorite your favorite places, your favorite movies and shows, and now you're creating content for everybody who comes after you to see that.
One of my favorite things about this is that because my husband and I love to do road trips and do all those different things. And so you get somewhere and you're like, well, what's great about this? Because sometimes we just come upon a place, right? We're like, hey, let's just pull off. And I'm not going to Yelp because I don't trust it. So this is what I like about it. I could start looking to see who in this area once it's made available, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And another good thing about that is, when you travel, sometimes you don't remember where you went. What was the name of that place?
Yeah.
So a kind of a unintended use of Sircles is it's a storage for you. So you go to a restaurant in a town you're not familiar with. Now it's there for the next time you're there.
Yep.
And you can map it, you can call, make reservations, all very easily without having to remember, wait, what was that place again?
That was one of the first things I loved about it, which I realized wasn't exactly the full intention because we're trying to create this social networking thing. But for me, it's a perfect, here's an old term, Rolodex for your brain. Because when you're in, like we went to the Big Island on Hawaii for the first time, and we started finding these amazing places. And I'm like, we're never going to, Sircles! I got to put this in.
Exactly.
So now, this is a little bit behind the scenes, and this is all part of the whole beta experiment thing and stuff. But on your homework, if I'm sitting here in Sacramento and I want to start adding stuff from Napa or from Hawaii, can I do that while I'm sitting here in Sacramento, or is there a limit on the radius?
At the moment,
It's a 30-mile limit right now.
Yeah.
Google charges a lot when you're using their API service to do a search. We've got it kind of tightened up right now, but we'll eventually expand that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll open that up. And
so it's ideal. So when you're traveling, while you're in the place, add the stuff.
Exactly.
And for right now, start making notes for when we expand the whole thing to help people that are traveling to various places.
yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We got this email from Neil.
Hi, Neil.
He says, I'm in Nebraska, and I want to help get this going here.
Aw.
How's the best way to start? Can I add people to the beta? How should I tell businesses about this? I never used Yelp ever before because I heard it was such a terrible service. I love this idea, and I want to see it overtake Yelp and Google reviews.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. So first, come into the WeFunder and you get early access to the beta, and any of your friends that do, of course, they'll be in as well. And when you're favoriting things, this is another important point. We all have heard of like Taco Bell and Panda Express. We don't necessarily need to favorite that for everyone. Let's focus on the more hidden gems, the ones that are, kind of the cool spots, the exclusive places that we're like, hey, have you heard about this spot? And that really creates some special value for your friends and followers to say, discover things. Like I'm always finding stuff downtown because I don't spend a lot of time downtown,
Same.
but some of my friends do.
Yeah.
And so I found some amazing places downtown Sacramento. I would have had no idea if we didn't have Sircles.
Hey, he brings up Nebraska. We have they're like family to us that are in Lincoln. And when we were there, it's like this whole part of downtown Lincoln that they've revitalized. And you would never in a million years think of sushi, right, in Lincoln. No, there's a sushi restaurant there that once you open it up, I would actually put it in there for somebody because it was amazing. My husband and I are sitting there going, this sushi is amazing, and we're in Lincoln, Nebraska.
And there's another cool thing is that when you favorite something, there is a place where you can put a note. And like your example is something like, ask for Mary, she's a great waitress. But Dawn could put a note that says, I know it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But there is great sushi
actually
good
sushi.
in landlocked Nebraska.
Right. Miles, thousands from the ocean.
By the way, so, I'm sorry.
We call it a trust tip, and you can't leave a trust tip unless you have favorited the business.
Right.
Yeah. So we do get asked that a lot. So, what if I say something negative there? Well, first of all, you got to favorite the business first. So now you're broadcasting to everybody, I love this place. So yeah, sure, you could go in and say something negative, but it would be very counter too, because you're saying, I love this place. And then we're going to have a system where the business owner can go ahead and edit or delete trust tips, which is something Yelp would never let you do.
Not to mention,
good.
completely
Wow, that's
violates the whole attitude of what we're trying to create
Yeah,
here.
yeah, that's where you get tarred and feathered.
On the business side of it, Neil's email, he referred to, should I walk in and tell business owners about this? Now, I know you guys have approached businesses, and I think you have the easiest opening line ever. Do you hate Yelp?
Right.
And the answer is
It's always yes.
Yes.
Tell me more.
So we got this email from V.
Hey, V.
Says, can we hear more about signing up as a business owner?
Oh, yeah. That's something we're working on for the release, and it's very close. It's almost completely finished. It'll be very simple to sign up. We will have a subscription service. You'll get all kinds of features where you can photo manage, handle your trust tips, whether we delete them or reorganize them if you want to put like a really good one on the top.
We've been hyper focused on the user experience right now because without an engaged audience, it's not something businesses want to pay for. So we really have to focus on making sure people are active in the app, engaged, and have a smooth experience. Once we get that part down, we'll really hone in on the business features and
Makes
and
sense.
start selling the subscription.
I
service.
do have to say, as for the user experience and having an Android, I feel like I'm kind of on the outside. You know, I'm an outsider, not really the cool kid club. But the upgrades that you have made on the Android version of the Sircles app is outstanding. It is so much more smooth, so much more easy to navigate, and a lot more fun to use.
That's great. Yeah, we spent a ton of time on that because we heard you, Brandon, and all of our Android users. It was a little behind, but we've caught it up.
All the
and
poor kids.
I'm glad you heard say that.
Man.
Hey,
The kids with lice that are in circles.
come on.
This is from Craig. Says, maybe I missed it. Will businesses be able to advertise on this app?
Ooh.
Potentially, yeah. One thing that is built in, so this is somewhat of an advertisement in the sense that when you subscribe, you will be able to add coupons in a section on the map where you change a filter from your favorites to daily deals. And now it'll show all the deals in the area, and that's a perk that businesses get for signing up. So for a very, very low cost relative to all the other kind of advertising, businesses are going to be able to hit thousands and thousands of people with their daily deal, which whether it's like, dollars off of something
Love a
or
deal.
percentage off of something.
My wife is always looking for deals.
Oh, always. It's the best.
Phone number is 888-989-9811. Hi, Steve. Go ahead.
Hey, Rob, this is Chef Steve from Ultimate Fitness
Hey,
Food.
Steve.
What's up, Steve? How you doing, man?
Hey.
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Hey, we've been a part of Sircles from the very beginning. We were at the launch party and met with everybody. I spoke with Danny last week about this. We invested in it some more. And one of the things you guys are talking about with businesses, that very night, my wife and I went to dinner to a little restaurant up in Placerville. And I actually showed the general manager the Sircles app, told him all about it, and he jumped in immediately right there at our table on his phone.
Wow.
Nice.
So businesses love this. And I told him to start telling other businesses up there, this is a great opportunity for businesses. Danny and I have spoken at length about it. And I just want to let you guys know that, yeah, absolutely. Go out and tell other businesses about this. Show them the apps on the phone. It's an amazing thing that you guys are doing. I just wanted to thank you guys.
Thank you,
Aw,
Steve.
that's nice.
And what do they tell the business owners to do then? When business owners are super excited about this, then what? Because we're still in this beta mode. So
Yeah,
how
just
does-
keep a close eye because there will be a little feature on the app when they go to their profile where it says, "Are you the owner of this business?" And then they just tap on that, and then they go through the steps of claiming that business, being able to advertise and do everything else.
We got this one from Dan. Says, are businesses notified that they've been recommended on the app?
Oh.
That's actually a great question, and something that we plan on doing in the future is having kind of an email exchange of you have this many new people following you. So yeah,
This is from Les.
Hi, Les.
Says, I've been waiting to hear about this, but I have a question. What's the deadline to invest? Can we do it later? Because my wife's at work and I want to talk to her. Please let me know.
So there's some interesting rules when it comes to crowdfunding. We can talk about a whole bunch of stuff, but we can't talk about exact terms. So what we do is we direct people to the WeFunder page. We can't actually say like how much are you paying per share. We can't say what's the closing date, stuff like that. So that's talking about quote unquote terms.
But it is there on the WeFunder page.
Yeah, it's on the WeFunder.
So when Tommy says, can you touch on the return on investment, go to the WeFunder page.
Right.
And you'll get whatever information you can find there. This is from Cody,
Hey, Cody.
who says he's a Navy SEAL in raining. That's odd.
Raining,
I guess
huh?
it's pouring wherever he is.
Reno? Raining?
Probably training.
Training. Oh, duh. I was thinking of a city. Why would he be in Reno?
When
He
we
could
have
be
guests,
reserved.
Dawn like checks out a third of her brain. She's not as good at this.
No, he just didn't deliver that very well.
Yeah, it's my fault. This is why she's not in my circle of trust. Cody
that
says
again.
the Sircles app. It's Circles with an S, by the way. Dummies, stop spelling it like a circle.
Come on, be cool.
Although we were talking recently, like all of us now, our phones autocorrect when we try to write circles to Circles with an S.
And by the way, it starts with an S. A lot of people are like, well, of course it has an S. It's Circles.
Circles in the beginning.
Yes.
The Circles app would be great for dating, says Cody. If you can find someone on Circles, there's no more going back and forth. Where do you want to go eat? You can look and say, let's go to this restaurant that you saw that they liked on the app.
I've talked about that so many times.
That's maniacally smart.
Yeah,
you
it
can
is.
you can do research, and then when they say where should we go, you already I already know you like this place.
You know exactly what movie you like.
Oh, you look brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Netflix and chill night.
Oh, my God.
Ooh.
Until she catches on.
Or he. It's not like you women aren't conniving.
Never.
I just have to do it until I get the ring. That's
We're
all that
just
matters.
sweet.
Sheena says, I deleted the app. How do I get it back?
Oh.
Dummy.
Oh, no.
We sent out another link last night via text message. If we don't have your phone number and you are already signed up, send us that email at social@circles.com.
Debbie says, I'm on my app right this second, playing around and adding friends and following more again. I love you guys. Thanks, Circles app. My Android is working great.
Awesome.
And that's you alluded to this, John, but we want to reinforce this. A lot of people over the last year, and with the damn pandemic and not going anywhere, after the initial, wow, this is so great, stopped checking in with Circles, stopped using it. So if you're in the beta, if you were originally in it a year ago or whatever, we want them to do exactly what Debbie's doing. Get back into it and get back re-engaged, and you'll see all the changes and everything.
Yeah. Time to jump back in. We had to die down a little bit during that pandemic. Everything was closed, and so again, it was great timing for us to be able to listen to everybody and say, okay, let's get this in, let's get this out. But yeah, let's go back to how it was a year ago. I think we had 80% retention for like 8 consecutive months.
Wow.
In the beginning. Yeah. So
That's good.
yeah, it was fantastic. And then as things just really locked down is when we kind of took a pause, but here we are again.
And there's no reason to pretend that this isn't what we're doing. You alluded to it, John. We're intentionally now, all of us are going to get super hyper engaged. In
Exactly.
fact, we've been making lists of places that we want to add to Circles, so that not so much so that when you go right now and follow us, become part of our circle, that you see every single thing that we love, because we want to keep people engaged and add things as we go over the next many days to remind people how great this is and how easy it is to use and work with.
Oh yeah. And it's been great. I mean, Danny and I have been spending so much time in the staging environment. That's like where you do all the heavy lifting and break things, and so our circle with Todd and Ian and everybody, we've been in this kind of lonely place, and so it's so
tired of
nice.
each other.
Yeah, it's nice to get back into the public version and see everyone using
People,
it.
yay!
Definitely.
We just got this one from Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
Says, just invested. Thank you for giving us maggots this opportunity.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we should point out, if somebody had on any level had invested prior, because when you were here a year ago, I had invested as well. You can invest again if you're thinking, oh wow, I invested once and this sounds like an even better idea. That's where you go to WeFunder right now and just do more.
Exactly. Yeah. No. And you came in for more, and Jordan came in for more. We had a lot of actually some of our employees have come in for more money. It's fantastic
Nice.
to you have the opportunity to keep re-upping if you believe in it.
I don't know how much you want to tell about that. That's such a cool story, though, that so many of your Tech to You employees jumped on the opportunity because they see what this is as well.
Oh, yeah.
And they did the same thing. They just went to WeFunder and said, okay.
Oh yeah,
I'm in.
even a year ago, a ton of. So you might not even see all of them on the WeFunder, because we had a lot of employees a year ago when we were still just little babies getting in on it, and we thank them so much for their support.
This is from no name.
Hey, person.
What if I got the original beta on Android and since changed to iPhone? How can I get the app again since I can't get it through the App Store?
Send us your phone number and we'll send you the new link.
Sean says, I just downloaded the app and it won't let me create a new account. It's just asking me to log in.
Use your phone number to log in.
Duh.
It pulls your account.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's what we've been talking about.
This probably falls under the head. I don't know, John. I'm just going to throw this out there and you just say what it is. Brian says, what happens if there is future funding? Does that dilute the investment we input now?
That's always possible. At the moment, we don't have any plans to do that. But the way it works is you set it up with a fixed amount of equity, And over time, you bring in investors, you bring in staff that work on the app, your developers, they get options and all that stuff. And so that's already been predetermined. And WeFunder does a great job. They go through all the financials. This is a very serious and professional organization. They had us go through an accountant where they did it like a forensic kind of accounting, verified all the financials. And so all that stuff gets set up, and then it can't deviate without votes and all this other stuff.
We're getting more and more emails on the investment side. This one's from Anthony. Says,
Hi, Anthony.
humble brag, I just invested $1,000.
Yeah, cha-ching.
I believe in this app and the positive side of it. It will be great to see how this grows.
Nice.
Rob had a bunch of questions, but I think most of them will be answered by going to the WeFunder page. But this is a fair question. How's Sircles going to make money? In terms of his return on his investment, how does Sircles make money?
Yeah, that's where that subscription comes in for the businesses. And we just charge a small amount, and the users get it for free, but the businesses will support it.
Glenn wants to know if you'll talk about the sharing of customer data.
Yeah, we won't be doing any sharing of customer data.
That's very technical sounding.
Very TikTok of
Big Brother, back helicopters, and all that.
That is a red line for us. We will not cross. Opposite of Facebook, Yelp, etc.
Matthew says, I just re-downloaded the app. I'm blown away by the new features. Now, if you will excuse me, I'm going to go watch Rounders and add my favorite anime to my list.
Great movie.
One of my
Saw
favorites.
Rounders on there. Yeah, that's probably where I saw it.
Yeah.
On yours.
Yeah.
By the way, can we add porn
Oh my.
in the movies?
Come
And-
We haven't really
on.
thought of that.
I mean, Brandon and I could.
Oh, you sicko.
We'll
I'll
pop-
fill up that
Yeah.
category.
That's a very
You're
good
not going to
question.
want to let them add anything.
Had Rob the first one to ask that question.
Kevin says, if I donate $250 or more, what do we get?
Terms are on wefunder.com/circles.
And you are invested in the company.
Yep, and there are perks. Yep,
Well, and the first thing you get is you get the damn beta.
exactly. That's
You
perk number one.
get access to this great thing that we're talking about here. CT says, you mean I can finally find out who the hell has great Taco Tuesday deals? You guys rock.
Bingo.
This is an interesting question from Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Isn't this almost a non-issue when people can't go places? It's not.
What?
It's not April anymore.
More
Well,
people
that's
can go.
the beauty of this timing. We're coming out of our caves,
Yeah.
and by the way, let's remind everyone, you can share movies and you can
Right.
share shows to anybody in the world, and you can check in together. You don't have to be in the same town even.
But I mean, in April, if you went outside, yeah, there was hardly anyone on the road. Now, I mean, there's traffic on the freeway again.
She's in one of those dawn moods from a few
must
days
be,
ago.
yeah.
You can't go anywhere.
Exactly. And honestly, this is the perfect roadmap to getting back out there because the best way to get to places that people want to enjoy and live life are those that people can actually identify as your friends.
Yeah.
Exactly right, Brandon.
Yeah.
By the way, what happens, since this is all about positivity, what happens if we've got a place and it's a favorite and we're going and then all of a sudden we go and it sucks and we go again and it sucks?
Don't favorite it.
and-
Yeah, you can
and-
unfavorite it.
Now I just take it out.
Oh yeah, you can unfavorite it.
And if you unfavorite something, people will see that in the Discover feed as well.
Aha. So that's as close as we get to quote unquote negative.
Sure.
But all we're doing is we're letting people know, hey, they changed
No
management.
longer recommend this place.
Yeah.
Anthony says, I just dropped $1,000 on the WeFunder site.
Nice.
And I'm so glad this is open because I do not have Rob money. Thank you so much for opening this up for us little people.
Thank you, Anthony.
Oh.
Jeremy says, my wife is listening at work and can't find how to invest. We'll just go to radradio.com and just click on the link.
Yep.
He says, we would also like to know if this will work where we live in Arizona.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. There's already some activity there just through our beta.
It works everywhere you are.
Yeah.
It's just it's just a matter of that radius right now. In terms of, so yes, it works in Arizona, but they live in Arizona. They can't add favorites like if they used to live in Sacramento.
Right, unless they
Yes.
found it in the feed, for instance. So you could scroll, you say, oh, this place over in Hawaii looks good, I'll favorite it. Yeah, in fact, Jordan, our lead investor, he was in Cabo recently, and he's favoriting stuff down in Cabo.
Yeah, he sent me a few of those as well because I'm looking for somewhere fun to go.
I know there's Lululemon's other places, but I favored the one in Arizona that we were particularly at in Flagstaff. No, because it was amazing.
Really?
No,
Really?
it was.
It was specifically amazing as Lululemons go. Does it work in? Somebody wrote in, asked if it works in foreign countries.
Yeah, it is actually working.
Wow, it's actually a worldwide app.
Yep.
happens with people? Does it work in Arizona?
It crosses borders.
All right. Anything else we got to mention? Because believe it or not, that's it. 40 minutes flies on this show.
Well, hey,
That was quick.
Yeah, thanks for having us, and thanks to everyone for their support. Really, really appreciate it.
Dimitri wants to know if Rob is still the top follower.
Ooh.
I haven't checked. Danny,
right.
Rob's pretty.
Don was on his tail for a minute there.
Well, you were competing with me for a while.
I feel like
I can just go in on the back end and change a couple numbers.
So in terms of how long they have to go to WeFunder, that's going to be on the terms page when they go there.
Yes.
But suffice to say, today is Thursday. If they want to take the weekend to think about it, they're going to have plenty of time and we'll keep the link up at radradio.com to talk to their wives, talk to their husbands, figure it out. Go in, see that I've invested, Jordan's big investment, everything else going on, and that people are getting involved. And just click over from radradio.com. Okay, I'll do one more phone call here.
Okay.
Hello there, Glenn. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. You just read a question from an email I sent, but I had a follow-up question. You said that businesses will pay a small subscription fee, and that will be part of the revenue model. Have you guys talked at all about paying a small, even if it's a few dollars, finder's fee for subscribers to sign up businesses?
That's an interesting concept. We haven't thought about that, but there are a couple other things we were going to do for businesses as far as pushing out text messages. Let's say you have a customer list and you have a slow night on Wednesday nights. You can send out a text message and maybe pay like X amount, 50 cents per text or something like that. But that's interesting. I'd like to think about that, Greg. That could be something that would work.
All right, a couple more here. The Rosendo just sent an email with a screenshot. He says, "I'm in. It feels good. I trust you guys, and I trust the Rad Show." And he sent us a screenshot of his $250 investment.
Hey, wow.
Thank you.
John says, "I just bought my teenage kids a couple investments as Christmas presents."
I love
That's great.
that. Oh, my God.
Those kids might really love Daddy in a few years. Nothing wrong with buying your kids affection. This guy says, "How do you make sure business owners and employees aren't loading Sircles with positive feedback? Since negatives aren't permitted, how do they plan to police this?"
Well, you can only have one account because we authenticate everyone through their phone number. So when you download the app, you have one account with your one phone. So you can't really go make 30 accounts unless you want to go get 30 phones. Then good luck.
This is a little inside, but it goes right to the heart of what we were talking about earlier. As you have questions and things, Jessica wrote in and said, "Chantel is awesome.
Awesome.
So quick to respond and help with any confusion or issues." So is she on the front line? We all know Chantel. She works with you guys. Is she on the front line of this? All right.
She's the best.
She's done a very good job.
She's amazing. All right, thank you guys for being here. Radradio.com. Keep the emails coming. If you got a question that we can't answer on the air, we'll send them over to Danny and John. Sircles with an S, back up and running. We're on there. You should be following, be part of all of our circles immediately, and send in your feedback. And we're hoping towards the end of the year.
Yes.
That we're in the App Store?
We will be in by January.
Outstanding.
By the end of January, we will be in the App Store.
All right. Thank you guys for being here.
Rob, anybody, and Dawn. The Rob, anybody, and Dawn Show.